thought, though, thorough, throughout. You know, I used to struggle a lot with pronouncing these words. I used to feel weird making some sounds in English. And it used to frustrate me because English is full of these little difficult, nuanced sounds when it comes to pronunciation. If you also feel this way, frustrated with how hard English pronunciation can be, stick around because today we're going to teach you some hacks on how to pronounce some of the most difficult sounds in the English language, or words. You'll see. So, Xen, I just shared some of the sounds and words that used to give me nightmares when I was learning English. What about you? Did you used to struggle with specific sound or word?
For me, it was challenging to feel confident in words with long and short sounds like e, and oo, like pill, peel, slip, sleep, or pool, pool. Because we don't have anything like that in Ukrainian, and they do have some slight difference, right?
They do, especially because of what you said about sometimes English having certain sounds that we don't have in our mother tongue. So that can be even trickier. But it's important that we are open to learning different sounds, different ways of using our mouth, our face, our muscles of articulation to be able to produce these words, right? All right, Xena, so today we're going to be discussing here some tricky, difficult sounds in English to pronounce and some confusing words when it comes to pronunciation. The first one is the bandage was wound around the wound.
Ooh, almost like a riddle.
Right? So the first word here, wound, is the past of wind. Okay? To wind something is to, rotate it like that, like to revolve it. So the bandage, like when you get hurt, the bandage was wound, right, around the wound. And when you hurt yourself, when you scratch your leg, for example, you have a wound.
And you can see, guys, that wound and wound have the same spelling here. So here's the trick is to differentiate the pattern of the pronunciation of this word combination. So the second sentence, for example, let's see what's happening here. The farm was used to produce produce. It's another example, right? It's not about combination of certain letters, which give different sounds. It's about the stress. So, guys, that's very often the words can have the same spelling being noun or verb, but the stress is different. In this case, to produce, it's a verb. So we have the stress in the second syllable to produce, and produce is noun. So the stress falls on the first syllable.
Awesome. And what does produce mean?
Produce is like those farm products produced for, selling.
Products produced by farms are called produce. I love that. Look at the next one. The dump was so full that it had to refuse more refuse. So the dump here is the trash. So the dump was so full that it had to refuse. When you refuse something, that's the verb, to refuse. You say no, right, to something. More refuse. Refuse here is like trash. Yeah, things that you discard. They are called refuse.
So the next sentence is, we must polish the Polish furniture. It sounds almost the same. Polish is the verb, meaning to wipe the furniture to make it shine. And the Polish furniture is furniture produced in Poland, the country.
All right, take a look at this one. He could lead if he would get the lad out. So the first one is lead, the verb. You lead people. If you are a leader, you lead people. You guide people. Now, lad here is a type of metal. I think the lad out here is being used more figuratively. Yeah, you get the lad out like you deal with the heavy metal-like problems and challenges. You get the lad out so you can lead. But anyway, lead and led. All right.
So guys, the next one, this soldier decided to desert his dessert in the desert. Tricky one, right? So we all know dessert. It's a more common word, right? Something sweet, spelled with 2 S. Desert as a noun is that dry place like Sahara Desert, right? Found in Africa. And to desert is to leave, to flee. As a soldier, when you run away, you desert a place.
And the last one we have today is, since there is no time like the present, he thought it was time to present the present. So the first present here is the present moment. There's no time like the present moment. So he thought it was time to present. When you present something, you show it to other people. The present. I imagine here the present like a gift, right? So we have three different meanings here, right? We have to give a presentation, to present something, the present moment, and present as a gift. Are you enjoying the lesson? Great. This is just a small bite or clip from the full lesson though. So if you want to listen to the full experience, make sure you do that on the Real Life English app. Link in the description, download the app and listen to the entire episode over there. I actually have here, Xenia, a question that one of our followers on Spotify sent us. Nick says, I realized I have trouble pronouncing the RD combination as in yesterday, or kind of the same sound as birthday. Okay, so this RD combination, right? How would you go about teaching that?
Yeah. When you've mastered the R sound, right, like for rain, then it's time to to master the sound. They are similar in a way. When you pronounce the sound R or R, your tongue or the tip of the tongue doesn't touch anything. But in the case of sound, like in birthday or bird, you should raise the middle of your tongue, but the tip of your tongue is somehow backward, right? It's pressed back, but it doesn't touch the bottom of your mouth, right? It's a little bit up. So it's You can just press the sides of your tongue up, right?
Yeah, I like how you explained the mechanics at the beginning about the tongue being pulled back a little bit and kind of in the middle of the mouth, yeah, for this sound. And in my case, I see myself also doing this, right? Yeah, with the lips like like that. So some examples. Third, right? Third. See? And you can exaggerate too, right? I mean, exaggeration helps with pronunciation work. So third, turd. What else, Xenia?
So you have other words like card, yard, birth.
And then standard and reward. Like that. I think it's nice also to point out here how differently these words are pronounced in British English. Because here I imagine that a typical Brit would not go This is more American English. This it would be more neutral or not even pronounce the R. So third. It's almost like in British English, you don't pronounce the R here. You just elongate the vowel sound before a little bit, you know? So you just elongate a little bit more. So third.
And still your tongue is in the middle, even in the British variant, right? Bird, and it doesn't touch anything. You just like don't have this R, right, sound.
This yeah. You go cod, my cod. So guys, I hope you enjoyed learning more about these difficult sounds in English. And if you have a burning question to send us, you can send us an email at hello@reallifeglobal.com. If you are on YouTube, just leave a comment with your question down below here in the video. And then, who knows, we might answer your burning question in a future video. Hey, thanks for learning with us. Did you enjoy this clip? Awesome. Know that the full lesson is available exclusively on the Real Life English app, so if you want to have the full experience, make sure you download and listen to the lesson over there. Download the Real Life English app and I'll see you there.